one day down in Alabama with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. One day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today.
Of January 1929, Mark gets crashing, couldn't find a dime. Born Michael King to a father of the same name who 5 years later decided Michael was a lame name. Changed it to Martin and his sons he switched to, but as far as people knew, he was Martin Luther, who? A history of discrimination, a lifetime of segregation, along with racial tension across the nation, gave MLK an ideology like Malcolm X. As he entered college, he hated whites. Their implied superiority, they were a blight. But through college, seminary, and doctoral study, he began to realize that there was nobody who was inferior or superior. Race was unimportant, that he knew for sure. After he acquired a PhD, King realized that he would need to fight on his own to kill Jim Crow. Without surviving laws, they needed to go. While Jim Rain King built grassroots support, blacks in the back, he led a bus boycott of freight import. Supreme Court ruled in Browder v. Gale that segregated buses are destined to fail. The event launched King out from obscurity and onto the face of the civil rights movement. House was bombed, he needed stronger security. Down south was better, still room for improvement. He and his boys founded the SCLC in cities where the movement deemed unhealthy. Albany, Birmingham, St. Augustine, Selma. A letter from the latter written in the hell of a jail that was run by Alabama whites. King scribbled and scrawled on scraps of paper, racking his brain for days and nights. The letter was published a little bit later. It became an important text for civil rights. Soon following was the March on Washington, where Dr. King described his dream. People not to grow up watching him, but living together in harmony. The march was successful and led to legislation on things from pay to voter registration. The job wasn't done, but it was a big step. The only question for King was, what comes next? He spoke out against the Vietnam War, told the feds to shut that door. Led the Poor People's Campaign in the late 60s. Too much poverty and homelessness. He hoped to fix these issues with the next years of his life. But unfortunately, this ended too soon. MLK went out with the boom and a bat, standing on a balcony, 1, 2, 10 snap. Your legacy is left with me and all the others who try to be an embodiment of your mission for peaceful resolution to the world's issues. Pride sprang up after your assassination, but violence is an incapacitation of your nonviolent tactics. Oculus with haptics, you live on in virtual reality of our minds fighting racism's malady and its kind. Your death was a tragedy, but it showed the world that while we've come so far, it's still a marathon. Running in Boston, taking hay with the cherry bomb, flying through the miles like a car on the Autobahn. You can see the finish line, you're almost there, but every step brings a brand new scare. So think of MLK, what got him to where he ended up in terms of civil rights. It wasn't guns or bombs or bloody fist fights, some peaceful protest and disobedience. Sure, I guess the effects, they aren't immediate, but it's far easier for the government to be lenient when they see a group is victim of crime, not the perpetrator, because then see you later, another hate group looking for something greater. So a couple marches, a coordinated boycott, big names, big speeches, innocent mugshots. Then you look at Congress and they're drafting a bill. When it passes, then you will be one step closer to an equal future. Rights built from steel rather than